Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well, and if you enjoy this video, don't forget to share it with others, and don't forget to like and to subscribe if you enjoy these types of videos. And what I want to talk about in this video is walking away from a bad relationship. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I'm a relationship coach and counsellor. I also work with people with low self-esteem, depression and stress, also anxiety. And when it comes to working with couples in particular, and also individuals who are struggling with relationship issues, one thing that always comes across to me is how some couples are sort of hanging in there and they recognise the hard work it takes to maintain a relationship. Other couples are kind of finding reasons or ways to leave the relationship because of things that have happened, and they're kind of expecting that things are going to be perfect or are meant to be perfect. No relationship has its, just completely smooth. Well, we see things in the movies. We see people who say, we've been together 30 years, we've never had an argument, or it feels really easy, I just do what she says, and that keeps keep her happy, and that's it. There's always going to be, every relationship is unique, so there is never going to be one standard for a relationship. But knowing when to walk away is a very important skill that people need to have, because there are many people that are in relationships that they don't want to be in, and they've just got a fear of walking away. That fear could be because they have low self-esteem, so they feel that they won't find anyone else. It could be because of financial reasons, So I'm going to talk about that a little bit in this video. So what we need to first of all define as an individual is what constitutes being mistreated, what constitutes abuse or a bad relationship. I could define it in certain ways. I've worked for charities like Women's Aid with women who are struggling with domestic violence. I've even worked with male perpetrators of domestic violence and male victims as well. I could have my own opinions on what I constitute as mistreatment, but that wouldn't help lots of people who are in bad relationships. They might turn around and say, this relationship isn't toxic, I don't think it is. And I think when we label someone's relationship in a particular way, that's us looking in, but that person has to feel that as well. So the first step really, if you're in a relationship and you're unsure, is that you need to identify what do you feel that this relationship is like. Do you feel it is a good relationship? Do you feel it's unhealthy? Do you feel it's toxic? Do you feel you are being mistreated? You need to decide on that. The next thing that sometimes keeps people in these types of relationships and prevents them from walking away is how long they've been together. I've made a number of videos about this idea that people feel they can't withdraw their investment. And as I said in the video, it's not about money or banking. People feel that if I've been with someone for 20 years or 30 years, I can't walk away. I don't want to leave this. And I personally don't understand that. If a relationship is bad, but you've been with them for 20 years and it's been bad for, half of that time, then are you saying you don't want to walk away because you've invested 10 years where it's been good, then 10 years of it has been bad, so you need to just stay and see what happens? And that's sometimes how people think, because they sort of feel, well, I'll lose the time. But you don't ever lose the time when it comes to relationships. As I've said in another video, relationships are just based on moments. Every time you see that person, every interaction you have with that person, they're just a collection of moments. So whether you walk away after 5 years or whether you walk away after 50 years, if there's a reason to walk away, then there's a reason to walk away. So just put that in mind really, and don't always focus it on because we've been together and we've put this time in. That time doesn't disappear. You still have the memories, you still have the fact that you put in 50 years, but if it's not working and it's affecting you to the point where you need to walk away, then walk away and just accept that. The other thing that sometimes people need to consider as well is your support network. Sometimes people feel that they have to stay with this person because everyone in the family loves him or her, or my support network my mum, my parents would say, why have you left this wealthy doctor who's given you everything, or why are you leaving this celebrity who, I think it would be really difficult for some celebrities, for example, or some people from rich families to leave their relationship and give a reason that their family will sometimes accept. And I do think that keeps people together a lot of the time, because it's kind of based on status, it's based on reputation, it's based on the family values, things like that. It is difficult, but I think your family ultimately love you and they want you to be happy in most situations. So if you were to explain how unhappy you were, I think the other problem is people don't give a reason that people can understand. So they might just say, do you know what, I've fallen out of love with this person, I don't want to be with them. And that's fine because that's what you think. But most of your family and friends are probably just going to be, oh, that's not a reason to walk away. But you still can. But there's other cases where people literally just say, we have grown apart, we're living like roommates, we're not having any intimacy, but they will hide a lot of those things and people will look at their relationship and think it's perfect. So then when they wake up and say, I'm going to walk away, their family and friends don't really understand because they're like, what's going on here? I thought you were fine. So don't feel afraid, or have the courage to say, from the outside you were probably looking in and seeing our relationship as really good, but it hasn't been good for a while, and these are the reasons, and this is what I need to do, and I want you to support me. I need you to accept what I'm going to do. It's your decision, but I think your family will be on board with you, so don't ever use that as a reason to stay. Finances is a big one, and it's not an easy hurdle to get over. Some people in some relationships, one person is responsible for all of the finances. Some relationships operate on the basis of the woman might stay at home, and that might be a decision that has been made to look after the kids, and the husband might earn all the money. Now, if you're in that sort of situation and you walk away, you may walk away with absolutely nothing financially. It might all be tied up in your husband's business. You might not have a joint account. I think if you are going to go down that route, if you already know you're thinking about walking away, there's services that you can go to which will help you, especially if it's an abusive relationship. They will do safety plans with you. But also you can start to put things in action. You might decide you need to get a joint account. You might need to be putting money aside so that when you do make the decision, you're not completely left. You might also talk to family and speak to your family about whether they are willing to, whether it's borrow you money or can help you with some money because you're making this decision. So it's about preparing with that one. That's a tricky one though. You might also need to consult with a solicitor as well. So, it will take planning, it will take preparing. You need to prepare yourself emotionally and practically. It will also take patience, so all the P's, so preparing, planning, patience. You can't just get up and walk out of a relationship or a marriage without it hurting you in some way. But you have to think, what is the reason you want to do this, and you also have to visualize the life you're going to have when you're no longer with this person. It is going to be a loss, but you also know deep down, I think as human beings, we know what feels right. We have our gut instinct. We know what we need to do, but for some reason we talk ourselves out of it, or we just don't do it because we're thinking of the pain that it's going to cause rather than some of the peace it's going to cause. There's a reason you wouldn't be considering walking away if it was a minor thing. So, just have some patience, but also don't beat yourself up. So consider what you will gain. Consider what's stopping you from doing it. Think about what's keeping you there and get support. There is support out there. There's lots of organisations that can help. Your friends and family will be on board with you. Some people won't, but, then that's their issue. That's not your issue. But just life is too short. The majority of people who are living in relationships where they're unhappy, being in situations where they're feeling low and down about themselves, feeling depressed. As a counsellor, this is what I do. This is what I work with every day. And it's just that some people can't see the beauty of life. They can't see the good things in life. But for me personally, being in a bad relationship is just something that I can't do. I just can't do it because every day that I spend with a person in a bad relationship is one day less that I'm going to have a good life on earth. And it's every day matters. Every day matters. So just think about it in that way. You're the time that you will never get back. So I hope you found this video useful. Please leave your comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And also, if you want to share it, feel free to share this with someone else. They might benefit from it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon. Bye.